today now we are going to see about what is anthropology and why you have to choose anthropology. And if you have any doubts, please raise your hands and please do ask your doubts if you have any doubts in between. Okay, first of all, my question is, how many of you are from science background? Please raise your hands. Honor students, please. How many of you are from science background? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many of you are from arts background? Arts. 1, 2, 3. How many of you are from BTech? BTech, many students. Do you know how the mains will be in your prelim, in your UPSC? Normally the first stage is prelims. After that you will have the second stage, which is mains. And after that the last stage will be interview stage, right? So how this mains will be, any idea? How many papers do you have? And how many hours you will be having? Any idea? Anyone? Yes? After clearing your prelims, you will start your mains preparation and will have around 87 to 80 days in between your prelims and as well as mains. And normally the first day will be essay. Essay will be in the morning session for 3 hours. And after that the next day you will be having 2 mains papers. One will be in the morning session and next one will be the afternoon session. That means morning 3 hours you will be continuously writing and afternoon 3 hours you will be continuously writing. From now onwards you have to develop your writing speed and skills also, because continuously you have to write in the final examination. And after that you will be having paper 4 and paper 5, which is GS3 and GS4. And after that you will be having break of 5 to 6 days in between. And next you will have your compulsory language paper, 1 in the morning session, second one in the afternoon session, and the very next day you will be having optional paper 1 in morning and optional paper 2 in afternoon session. So overall in your mains you have just, you need to write 5 days examination. In that 5 days you have to write 9 papers. And why most of the toppers will choose this anthropology? What is the reason? What do you think? Scoring subject. So first now let us see what are the advantages of choosing this anthropology as optional. And after seeing that advantages, now you will know like why most of the toppers will choose this optional. Before seeing advantage, let us try to see what is the harsh reality of UPSC. How many people will apply for this examination just for application? Around 10 lakhs, roughly around 10 lakhs will apply for examination. But how many will write examination actually? Yeah, 5 to 6 lakhs will write this examination. How many people will clear this prelims? How many people cleared in 2026? 13,000. Out of this 5 to 6 lakhs, only 13,000 people will clear prelims and they will write mains. And how many people will clear this mains? 1:3. Yes. For one job, there will be 3 people who will be called for interview. And finally, how many people will be selected for the service? Around 800 to 1000 or 1100. This number will vary. And now my question is, what is the difference between rank 10, okay, rank 10 and rank 500? Is there any difference between these 2 people? What is the difference? Marks they scored, right? And the cadre they got. That will be the difference. So here this difference is not seen in GS. GS, that is general studies, in paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, and in these papers they will be getting similar score like 80 to 97. In some cases exceptionally for 105 it will go. There will be very less difference in GS. Why very less difference in GS? They will study same newspaper, either Hindu or Indian Express. They will have same knowledge of current affairs almost, and they will read same kind of standard books. So they will be having similar knowledge. But that difference, why? That 10 marks to 15 marks, because on the presentation part. But the major difference we can see between this rank 10 and rank 500 is because of optional subject. Which optional subject you are choosing? That is very important to get a good rank, and which cadre you want, that will be decided by the optional subject. Why optional? How many marks for optional? 500 marks. It is a major chunk in your mains, and that will be the deciding factor of the rank you are getting and how many marks you are scoring in your mains. If you are getting good marks, obviously you can see your name in the final list, and even you can get which cadre you want based on the preferences you given while you are applying for the examination. So this option is very important. So if you want to gain more marks, we have one high scoring option, that is anthropology. So what are the advantages of taking anthropology? Anyone? First one is static syllabus. What is the meaning of static? There will be no change, there will be very less or zero or minimal updates. That is the one thing. And next, and I'll tell you why there is a minimal or zero current affairs. So what is the meaning of anthropology? What is the exact meaning? Can you decipher this anthro and pology? What is meaning of logy? Biology. Logy means study. Anthropos means it is about humans. So this subject is about humans. And we'll be studying about past. Can we change past of these humans? And we'll study about how these humans evolved. Can we change this evolution of humans? And we'll study about the present. And we'll study about the future. This anthropology is nothing but the study of humans in a holistic manner. That is in past, present and future. If there is any current affairs, where we can see current affairs? In future part. We cannot add anything related to our past or present. Only we can see minimal current affairs in just future part. Because of AI, because of genetic engineering, we can see some changes. Only in that part we can see there will be current affairs. But until and unless we cannot add anything to our past. Because of that, mostly we consider 90% of our syllabus is static. That means if you have studied that, and if you have concept clarity, and if you had ready-made notes with presentation, with diagrams, with flow charts, then your work is done. Is UPSC asking you to get 100% of marks for mains? No. How much percentage of marks is required to get top 10 rank? More than 45. Around 55% marks is more than enough. If you are getting 55% of marks in your mains, obviously your name will be below top 20 only. If you prepare this 90% of static thoroughly 100%, can't you score good marks in anthropology? For sure you can get. That is one advantage. And next one is syllabus. How many of you seen the syllabus? How many of you gone through the syllabus? Any idea about the syllabus? No idea. So normally in any paper, in any optional paper, we have paper 1 and paper 2. This paper 1 will be about general. For example, here if you take anthropology, it is general anthropology. If you take sociology, it is general sociology. It is like general topics will be there in paper 1. And if you take this paper 2, it will be related to India. In paper 2 of anthropology, we will see Indian anthropology. If you take society or sociology, they will be studying about Indian sociology or Indian society. Right? So every option will follow this. Paper 1 will be general, paper 2 will be Indian. Normally this general paper you can score more. There is a high scope of getting marks. Because you can write whatever you want. You can give whatever the example you want. But in this paper 2, you need to be specific to India. Whatever the data, what are the examples you will write, you have to give from India point of view. So Indians know India better. So if you are writing something wrong, they can identify and they can reduce the marks. But that is not in the case of world. They may not know about Ethiopia. They may not know about West Asian case studies. There you have a scope of writing anything. That is a logic. Okay, normally paper 1 is high scoring compared to that of paper 2. That means you have to keep more efforts on this paper 2 to score more. Yes. And in anthropology, in this paper 1, we have just 12 chapters. In paper 1, we have 12 chapters. In paper 2, we have 9 chapters. Overall, you have just 21 chapters for 500 marks. And this syllabus is well defined. Each and every keyword for every chapter is given clearly in your syllabus of anthropology. There is no need of reading out of the syllabus. Okay. So if you are aware about each and every keyword in your syllabus, that is more than enough. Because of this, we always say that syllabus of this anthropology is short. And next one is, in all these chapters, mostly we have already read some or other areas in your GS. Because this anthropology is combination of your polity. You will be studying your polity in GS paper 2. You will be studying about genes, evolution, biology part in your science and technology. Yes, in science and technology you will be studying about it, and even you will be studying about history, where you will study about evolution of human, different ages like Stone Age, IVC. The same thing you will study here. And even in your governance part, you will be studying about different schemes of government, right? So again, you will study the schemes related to tribals, for tribal development. Again, you will study here. And next one is, you will be studying about family, kinship, how urbanization is impacting the people, how different religions are there, what is the impact of religions, everything you will study in your society and social justice. The same thing you will study here. So we can say this anthropology will be having your mix of GS. That means already you will be having an overview of those subjects in your GS. But here you will be reading in depth. Along with that, you have to add value by giving some data examples. Okay, there will be like, already you will know the topic, but you will go in depth. And next one here is, this anthropology will be very interesting. If you take any other option like geography, you will be studying only geography concepts only. But here we have intermix of topics. You will be studying history part, you will be studying archaeology. That's nothing but I will be showing lot of images regarding the skulls, bones, how we evolved from the human, how we evolved in this process of human, what changes happened in this monkeys and how we evolved, and what are the common body parts that we have with apes. We'll study those things, and we'll study about forensics. I think many of you have habit of watching CID series. Anyone? CID series? Again, we'll study all the stories of the CID in our classes. And next, we are going to see about how this marriages happens, and we'll come to know lots of case studies, like how tribals will marry, which kind of customs are there still in these tribes, and why these tribes have their own customs, why they protect nature. Lots of times whenever we read current affairs, we'll come across lots of tribes. Yes, recently one tribe protested against a dam. Recently one tribe is in news because they took part in conservation of Western Ghats. So we'll study about different tribes, and we'll study about history part. So we will be shifting from one topic to another topic. It will not go in a one way actually. If you take other subjects like sociology, it will be focusing on only society, society, society. But this anthropology is about mix of society, mix of polity, mix of governance, mix of science and technology, mix of forensic, mix of archaeology. So every topic will be interesting. It will be not in a unique way. And actually interest is very important to read optional. Why? Because we have to carry it along. We don't know how many attempts it will take. If you are lucky, it may happen in 1 year. Or else sometimes it will take 2 years. Or if you are consistent and if you want to become only an IS officer, it may take like 3 or 4. But in all these years, you have to carry. If you have interest in the subject, then only you can carry with that. So this anthropology is very interesting subject. Okay, so these are the some advantages, and even very important advantage here is you will understand answer writing clearly if you understand what is the format of writing an answer, and if you understand which kind of validation part you have to include in this answer, you can write a very good answer. And in our class, I'll be giving you clear-cut flow charts, diagrams, and data that you have to include clearly in your notes. You will be reading that in the class, you will be understanding that, obviously you will be presenting in your answer writing, so that there will be a high scope of getting good marks in this anthropology. So these are the advantages why most of the toppers will select this anthropology as their optional. Every year in top 10 ranks, at least 4 ranks will be from anthropology. You can check. Yes, come. Every year in top 10, 4 toppers will be there from anthropology. Why? Because of all these advantages. Okay. Yes. Now, my question, and most of you have this question, I think so. I am from arts background. Can I start taking anthropology? I am from maths. I don't have any knowledge of biology. Can I take this anthropology? Any of you have this question? Any of you? Honored students, do any of you have the same question? I am from different background. Can I take this? Can I start from zero? Don't be shy. You can raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. Honored students, please raise your hands. Please click the button. Okay, many of you have this question. Okay. So to answer this question, I'll tell you here one thing. Anthropology has 4 branches. First one is physical anthropology. Second one is socio-cultural anthropology. Next one is linguistic anthropology. And next one is tribal anthropology. You have only these 4 parts in your syllabus. Only this physical anthropology deals with biology. Only this physical anthropology will deals with biology, but other remaining will be other parts like polity, history, archaeology, other things. And this will be around only 20% of your syllabus. Only we have 9th chapter, 10th chapter, 11th chapter will be based on biology. Other one is other subjects. So only this 20 part will be a fear for non-science background students. But in our class, I'll teach everything from the basic. Like what is a cell, what are the components of cell, what is DNA, what is RNA, how this replication will happen, what is protein synthesis, what is innate, what is human, what are the differences, structures, everything I'll show clearly. And I will be very interactive in class. I will ask repeated questions in my class and I'll be getting answers from you only. So once I get clarity that you understood, then only I'll be moving on to the next topic. And most important thing here is in my class, I'll show lots of videos that you can enjoy. If you see that videos and if you see the images clearly, thoroughly, if you draw that in your notes, then the concept will be very clear and you will be gaining a strong visual memory. With that visual memory, you can write your answers clearly. And even I will be available here only, so that if you have any doubt, you can come to my cabin directly and you can ask me your doubts, so that I will be personally clearing your doubts. So that don't afraid of this biology part. It is very easy. And my promise to you guys is, even if you're from other backgrounds beyond this science, this physical anthropology will become most interesting after the end of the course. Yes, it will be, because I will be teaching in that way. Only visual representation will be there. And for sure, if you have any fear about biology, leave it for me. I will be taking that burden and I will be teaching that from basic onwards. Okay, so only this physical anthropology or biology part is just 20%. Don't get afraid. And I will be teaching everything from the basic onwards. Okay, and now let us see the syllabus so that you will understand what exactly the topics are there. and I'll take example and I'll try to ask questions, and I will take just one topic so that you can understand how my teaching methodology is. Okay. Now let us see the syllabus. As I said, in your paper 1 you have 12 chapters, and I will be starting with second chapter in the paper 2. I will tell you the how the flow of my classes will be, and I will show the syllabus, and I will clearly tell you like how one chapter is interconnected with another chapter. First I'll teach second chapter, next third chapter, fourth, fifth, seventh, after that eighth, next sixth, and after that I'll be teaching first ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. So this will be the order. Why this will be my order? This part is socio-cultural anthropology, and this sixth chapter is theories, and this will be your biological part. First, I'll make you comfortable with socio-cultural anthropology. That will be like what we are seeing in our family and neighborhood family. And in my classes, I will be giving you lots of examples of movies. Everyone have habit of watching movies, right? In my anthropology, I'll give only examples of movies. Then only we can connect. And I'll be giving you lots of my personal experiences, my life history will be told in this biology part, so that you can remember that easily. So now let us see the syllabus. I said I will be starting with second chapter. Now you have to see this second chapter. In this second chapter also, I will be starting with first topic will be my marriage. Okay, what is marriage? You know, I think you might have attended to many marriage in events. So here we'll start with this definition. What is the meaning of marriage? What do you understand by the meaning of marriage, anyone? Because in anthropology you have to know the definitions. Union of male and female. Is it only male and female will be united? No. Nowadays homosexual marriages are also going on, right? Woman is marrying woman, men is marrying men, transgender is marrying transgender. Is that only male and female? Next. Recently, do you know someone will be marrying a plant if there is any dosha? Do you know this? No idea. Next, any other different kind of marriage have you seen? Online students, tell me. Online students, please be interactive for my questions. You said only union between male and female. Is that only male and female are marrying? Uh, two different families. Okay, what is meaning of marriage? Okay, tell me different types of marriage that you have seen. Just simple examples, guys. Uh, hmm? Okay, brotherhood marriage. Next, do you know about Draupadi story? Who is Draupadi? Come on, be interactive. Lots of comedy will do. Lots of videos I'll show. Lots of examples. Lots of case studies. Interesting things. Many, many more. Come on, tell me. Hmm? No idea. Okay, I'll draw one just diagrammatic representation. So through this, let us try to understand. Triangle is normally represented as male, and circles will be represented as female, and in between is equal to symbol will be marriage. So here husband and wife. Yes. How many husbands, how many wives? One. It is called as mono. Word we'll use here is mono, and for marriage we will use gami. So this type of marriage is monogamy. And I'll add one more symbol. What does this mean? One husband, two wives. Okay, it is poly. More than one is poly. Can we say two or there means bi? Bi is the word used for two. This type of marriage is called as bigamy. I will add one more symbol, one more circle. What is it? Trigamy. Yes. Quadragamy or polygamy, right? So it is called as polygamy. One husband is having many wives. Okay. For female, what is the word we'll use? Where this females, if female is having any personal problem, to which doctor she will go? Gynecologist. Gyn is a word used for women. And now tell me, it is a polygamy. Which kind of polygamy? Whether male is having more husbands, or more wives, or female is having more husbands. So this kind is called as polygyny. Polygyny is nothing but many wives. Polygyny. Now I'll change the symbols. One wife, many husbands. Is this a case with Draupadi? So which kind of marriage is called? Polyandry. Yes? Okay, I will draw one more diagram. Female, male, female, male. What is this? Many females, many males, many marriages. Polygynandry. Are you understanding? Many females are there, many males are there. Polygynandry. Clear? So like that, from basic onwards, we will deal. Okay. Have you heard this word hypogamy, endogamy, hypergamy? Gamy is a word used for marriage. I think in your history you came across this word hypogamy. We have hypergamy. Any idea, anyone? Gamy means marriage. Leave it. What is hypo and hyper? Hypo means hyperactive means what? We'll use this word hyper, no? He is hyperactive guy, overreactive guy. We'll use these words commonly. So what is the meaning of hyper? More. Hypo means hypotonic, isotonic. Have you heard this word in your intermediate? Hypo means less. What is low marriage? What is high marriage? So now tell me guys, do you know this Chaturvarna system? What is Chaturvarna? How many castes do we have? What are those? Very good. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. Okay, I'll write them. Top will be Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. Right? Normally, we are living in patriarchal society or matriarchal society? Patriarchal. What is that patriarchal society? Male dominant society is called as patriarchal. That means male will be having upper hand in our family. Okay, whenever we are talking about this hypogamy and hypergamy, now we are living in which society? Patriarchal society. That means we have to take reference of boy or a girl, male or female here? Male. Right? We are living in this patriarchal society, we have to take reference of male here. If male comes from low caste, if girl is from high caste, that kind of marriage is called as hypogamy. That means here male from Shudra will marry like Vaishya or Kshatriya or Brahmins. If male is from Vaishya, girl is from Kshatriya or Brahmin. If male is from Kshatriyas, girl is from Brahmin. That kind of marriage is called as hypogamy. Now tell me what is hypogamy. Male is from upper caste, female is from lower caste. That's it. So this is 10 marker question in your anthropology. Okay. So in this way, answers will come from you only in my class. That is my promise. My classes will be only interactive. There will be no sleeping time in my class. If you go to any other anthropology courses, half time they will sleep. You can ask your hostel mates if they are from anthropology background. But in my class, Not in a single second, you'll sleep. I will not give you that chance. Okay? Yes, now let us see this marriage here. In this marriage, definition we'll see. We'll see about universal. Do we have any universal definition of marriage? I'll tell in my original class about this clearly with examples. And next one is, I said about endogamy or hypergamy I said, and I said about hypogamy. Now there is a word here, endogamy, exogamy. Now try to break this word and tell me which kind of marriage is it. Endogamy, endo means? Exo means? Outside. What is endogamy, what is exogamy? Can you give me a simple example? Yes, within caste, if Reddy is marrying Reddy, endogamy. Rao's marrying Rao's, endogamy. If Rao's marrying Reddy, exogamy. Okay? So like that, we'll take lots of examples. For example, religious endogamy means what? Tell me religious endogamy. Hindus marrying Hindus. Christians marrying Christians. Tell me the examples of, can we go for Gotra endogamy? Do you know what is the Gotra? Can we go for Gotra endogamy? If the male and female are belonging to same Gotra means they will become brother and sister. In our tradition, especially in South India, this Gotra endogamy is banned. Even if there is any love affair between people, if they come to know at the end of the day they are brother and sister, what happened? In many movies, they'll show this scene, no? Unfortunately, girl meets a boy, they'll fall in love. If they call that person to the home and when they start talking with their parents, when these parents, what they'll ask first? They'll ask about the caste. They'll ask about who are your parents, and they will try to find out the tree line. If they come to know they are belonging to same Gotra, will they allow? Strictly in our Hinduism, this Gotra endogamy is completely prohibited. They'll go for Gotra exogamy. That means outside of their Gotra, they'll go and marry. So like that, we will try to see each and everything in example. And next, you know about monogamy, single marriage. You know about polygamy. You know about polygyny, polyandry. Now there is one more group, guys. That is group marriage. Do you know about tribals? Where do they live? In forest. In forest, we have different tribal groups. Can you tell me approximately how many tribal, different types of tribes present in India? Anyone? Rough estimate. How many tribes living in India? How many PVTs? There are only 75 PVTs in India, not 13,000. Rough estimate any number of tribes that you know. Konda Reddy, Chenchus, like that. Overall in India, how many tribes? Online students, tell me in the comment box. 250? Only 250? No, not exactly. Okay. So they will live in a particular area. I'll give you example of what is group marriage. So there is a tribal people who are present in this area. What will be the problem faced by these tribes? On which kind of economic activities they'll depend on? Hunting they'll do. Next. Pastoralism, they will rear some animals. Okay, accepted. Next. Yes, shifting cultivation they'll do. Suppose there is a problem of droughts. They are not getting proper food. They don't have any livelihood opportunities. Will they stay in that place? No, right? They have to move from away from this place in search of their food or livelihood, whatever it may be. Nearby area, there is one more group. Will these people allow these people to enter that area? No, not at all. Even wild animals like tiger, lion, they will mark their territory by their urine or by their shit, by their saliva. They will not allow other tiger to enter into their region. How these people will Allow them to enter. At that time, what they can do? If they want to survey, for sure, they have to make them to accept this group. No. At that time, what they'll do here is they will have group marriage. Entire this group will be married to that group. There will be no sexual promiscuity. That means anyone can have the sexual relation with any person in that group. So this kind of marriage is called as group marriage. So we have lots of tribes went for this kind of group marriage. Okay. In our class, I'll be showing lots of examples and lots of videos also related to that. Okay, next one here is, you know this, no, marriage regulations. Have you heard this word regulation of marriage? No idea. Okay, do you have any experience of searching, not for you, but in your family, for someone, your elderly people? Normally, if they started searching the matches, how they will search the matches? First source, what is the first source of getting spouse? Huh? Relatives. Yes, if you ready well and if you attend, especially girls, if you attend any marriage, in the next minute, what they'll call, what is age of your daughter? Everyone will come and ask, what is the age of your daughter? When will you get her married? I have a son who is in abroad. Then try to contact you. Yes. So first one is relatives, especially in social organizations and social gatherings, especially they'll ask related to this kind of matches, everything. And next source, any other apart from relatives? Uh, Matrimonies. Now we have Red Day matrimony. Normally in the Friday newspaper, you will be having classified section. Have you seen that? I'm not asking to see that, but if you have noticed that, you'll see Kamma matrimony, Varudu Kavalinu, Varudu Kavalinu, like that they'll give. And even they will give details like age of that person, height, what he'll do, what is his monthly salary, even property, expectations, like that. So we have one more source which is matrimonies. Apart from that, relationships. Okay, next. Other sources, tell me guys, how they'll get a spouse. Nowadays, eloped marriages. Eloped. Do you know eloped? Lechpodam. Don't you know this? You are very backward. Eloped marriages. Next. Come on. Registered marriage. Arey Baba, after loving you'll get marriage. No, registered marriage is the next phase. So how will get a spouse actually? How will get your mate? My question is very clear. How you'll get a mate? Kidnapping? Many movies. Don't you have any knowledge of kidnapping? Okay. And next one, by capturing someone and getting married. No idea. Wait a minute. I'll show you a video. Yeah, please be quiet. Online students, please be active. Just 5 minutes, be relaxed. Watch this. Online students, is voice audible? Is sound audible? Hey, what is the sound? Online students, just watch this matrimony. Can something strange and beautiful at the same time? Culture shock. Welcome to the gloom capturing village of the Garo Hills, Meghalaya. Gloom capturing? What is that? Exactly
spots. Oh my God, such a cute face, nice abs. The sky is hot as this. I think I'm in love.
Love at first sight.
Dad, I found the one. Are you sure? Yes, Dad. Sure, yeah. So the girl has told her father of her choice. Now the father is telling all his family members, and now they have decided to go and capture the group. The girl's family needs to capture the group. They start running. And now I'm running too. So let's capture the group. I'm running to see how they capture the group.
She's so excited.
And the group is captured. He's gone. That's it.
There will be special huts to keep this captured rooms.
So the guy has been taken into the lockhouse, and now it's going to be cross-questioned and convinced to marry the girl. They will not leave him until he says yes. Let's see what's happening inside. Step number 1, feed him a lot of rice beer. Make him drunk. At first, they feed the guy a lot of rice beer. They convince him to marry the girl. So the guy agreed to get married, and now they brought the girl in. The chickens come in, and now the priest has also come in.
His priest.
And then the girl and the boy were right there, right there.
These are chanting mantras. This is the wedding ceremony.
So this is how you predict if the marriage is going to be good or bad. They take out chicken intestines. If the chicken intestines healthy, then it will be a good marriage, a peaceful marriage. If the chicken intestine is not healthy, then this marriage is doomed, but they still get married. The bride and the groom are now a happily married couple. Wish them the best. The intestine was a good intestine. So, who would you like to capture and get married?
So this is the one way of getting their spouse. So like that we have lots of case studies. It is still going on in this Kasi area, Kasi Hills of Meghalaya. In that Kasi Hills we have matriarchal society, that is women dominant society. So here women have the choice to choose her spouse. But it is not, this kind of marriage is not seen in South India mostly because of by capture. But even in, do you know this Kyrgyzstan, West Asian part? There how the marriage will be is through kidnap. They'll kidnap women and they will get her to marry to a person. So even today also in some areas it is going on. So like that we have different ways of getting their spouse, and it is a repeated question in UPSC. Okay. So where are we? Okay. And next one here is, you know about this bride payments, dowry. Have you heard about this word dowry? It is quite common. Who will give dowry to whom? Girl's family will give some amount of money or flats or gold or some gifts to the girl. That is commonly in practice. What if boys' family will give some money to the girl? Do you know this? Have you heard this word Kanya Shulkam? But it is not in practice now. But earlier they used to give this Kanya Shulkam. What is this called as? This is called as bride price. So you have to know about bride price or bride wealth, and you need to know about dowry. So this is your first chapter. So first topic in the second chapter. So after once marriage is done, now which topic will come? Family. Now after marriage, now that newly married couple has to take care of one another family. The family circle will be extended. Yes or no? For every function after marriage, this new pellikodku we have to go to their mother-in-law's house or father-in-law's house and has to take care of the grandparents of her spouse also. Now there will be extended responsibility. So the next topic will be your family. Here again we are going to see what is the definition of family. What is the meaning of exactly family? Do we have any universal definition of family? Or like domestic group, what is this? And we are going to see like many a times we have blood relation families also, like if you're going for cross cousin or parallel cousin marriages, when you are marrying your cousins, then what happened? We will be having cousin families. So we are going to see that. And after marriage, what is the residence? The residence means a place where do they live. Sometimes that couple will be living with boys family. That is a tradition in South India, but that is not same with other parts. Sometimes they will live with girls family. Sometimes they will have their own flat, their own small nuclear family, that is called as neo-local family. Sometimes in some tribes what they'll do here is they will stay in uncle's house, stay in uncle's house. So like that, how many types of residences we have and which society will see that will study in this residence topic. And next very important one is you have to see about what is the impact of urbanization and as well as industrialization on this family. As you all know now, many a times we discussed even in current affairs class that urbanization is happening, moving of people towards urban areas, lots of new things we are understanding, increasing of education, increasing of literacy, women are getting lots of opportunities. Because of that, how it is having impact on a family. Okay, I'll tell you one small example. I think you might have heard this. If you're going to Kashi, earlier, olden people, if they go to Kashi, what they'll say? Will they say bye or goodbye? Goodbye, because they won't come back. That is a normal notion at that time. But is it the same notion now? Why? Why it is not the same notion? Now we have good transportation. Yes. And I'll give you one more example. Earlier we used to have joint families. But now are we saying this? Joint families now at the same level, same percentage? Why there is no joint families now? Understandings? Online students, tell me in the comment box, guys. Why? Difference in properties, it is not exactly. Earlier, what was the major economic activity of India? Farming. If you want to do farming, we need more helping hands. For that, they used to have joint families. But now, how many of are doing agriculture? If I'll ask you one question. Now, in this generation, there is a farmer. Will this farmer want his children to do farming? For sure, no. There is diversity is happening in the employment. So because of that, what happened? Now there is no need of joint family because there are no need of helping hands. And now earlier they used to have joint families because everyone has to help each other. But now, do we have any requirement of helping each other? We have our own washing machines. We have our own robots which are cleaning and mopping the floor. We have dishwashers. Everything is like mechanized now because of industrialization, because of advancements in science and technology. No need of helping hands. If many people are there in our home, what we'll say? They are simply sitting and eating. That's it. They are not doing any work. Send them to their home. So this is the common things which are happening in our family, in our neighbors, overall in our society. So here this is that topic, family. And this one is kinship. Do you know about kinship? Kinship is a word used about what? After marriage, family extended. Here we have relatives. So this kinship is nothing but relatives. In this relatives also, we have blood relatives and we have to see relatives from this marriage side. So relatives related to the blood relation, like my brother, my sister, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, this will be consanguineous. They are sharing the same bloodline. That is called as consanguinity. And next one is affinity, means nothing but my husband's sister, my husband's mother, my husband's so and so. That will be like affinity. So this word is that consanguinity and affinity. And here we have to draw diagrams. What are those diagrams? Father, mother, daughter, son. And if I keep this symbol, and this will be son's wife. That means daughter-in-law. Here daughter's husband will be son-in-law. Okay, for them again kids. For them again kids. Okay, for this mother, she will have a brother or sister. They are from. So this will be wife's father, wife's mother, wife's brother, wife's sister. So this will form affinal relations. But here, my son, my daughter, my grandson, my grandmother. So they are sharing the blood. So this will form what? Consanguineous relations. So this kind of diagrams will draw in an interesting way. Okay. And next will be kinship terminology. This will be very interesting. We have 6 types of terminologies. And normally terminology means nothing but we will use name to call them. Do we call our grandmother with the name? Or say Shakuntala, like that, will we call our grandfather or grandmother? Can we call them with names? If you call them with the names, what they'll call? Enta attitude deeniki, enta pogaru, peru petti pilustundi. So like that, we'll see that kind of words, right? So here we will use certain terminology. I think you will be saying like pinni, babai, mama, atta, ammakka, like that we will be having some words to call our relatives. That is our topic, kinship terminology. It will be different based on patriarchal society or matriarchal society. The words we will use, sometimes will give more priority for the father side. Sometimes will give more priority for the mother side. It is based on which society is. Okay, I'll tell you lots of examples like how the names will be, and here also we have to draw some diagrams. Okay, and next after relatives, what will come? All these mother relatives, father relatives, they'll form a society. These people will be enough to make any function in our home, right? And this will form the society. And here, every society have their own culture. Mother side custom will be different, father side custom will be different. Now it is difficult for our next generation to choose. Yes or no? If you are selecting your mother side custom, this father side people will start scolding you. If you select this father side custom, sometimes పడ్డాడు అందులో అవే వింటాడు ఎన్నిసార్లు చెప్పాలా. So like that, what happened? Every society have their own culture. That will study here in this culture topic. So this is your second chapter with which we'll start our classes. First marriage, then family. Family extension is kinship, which is relatives. This forms our society, and this society have their own culture. So in this way, in interconnected manner, we will try to discuss our topic. So this is the flow we'll follow for the second chapter. And after this second chapter, we'll move on to third. Third is about economic organization. It will be very interesting. Now, my question is, whenever this evolution of human happened, I think you might have studied about early man. Can you remember how this early man was? In your history books, honor students, tell me guys. In your history books, I think you might have seen about early man images, how he was described. Full woolly hair, top to bottom. He used to wear clothes. Do he wear the clothes or leaves? Leaves. Which kind of weapons do they have? Sticks, stone weapons. Okay, now tell me guys, economic activities means what? What is about economic activities? What all will be included in economic activities? Daily, not exactly daily activities. It will be about production of goods, how we'll consume that goods, how we'll distribute the goods, and how we'll save for later. Yes or no? After entering this 25 age, everyone will be asking only one question: when will you get job? When will you earn? How much will you earn? Which field you'll go? So what is that economic activities that we'll do? We'll do some job and we'll try to earn something and we'll try to utilize some amount for ourselves, and we have to give some amount for our parents or dear ones who depend on us. ఇంకా ఏమైనా మిగిలితే that will be our savings. So this is like economy. So in the same way, we'll study about how this economy had been started in humans. As you all know, humans evolved from apes. Yes. So whenever the evolution of humans were there, at that time, do we have industries? Do we have factories? No. So first economic activity started in this evolution of human is hunting and gathering. Hunting and gathering. And I will ask you a question, guys. Who is good at Google Maps, male or female? Male only. Why not female? The answer lies here, guys. Next, who knows about colors good? Male or female? Why females? If I ask any color, females, girls will tell like that. Purple color, radium colors also they'll tell. But why not males? What is the reason? I'll tell you the story. That will be interesting for you. So whenever this human started evolved, the first major activity is hunting and gathering. Is that hunting and gathering can be done in a limited area? Hunting can be done in a limited area. Animals will be running. I think you might have seen about images of Bhimbetka cave in history on the caves. Mostly they depicted hunting scenes. So they used to draw big bisons, and beyond that bisons or big animals, this early man used to have their raw equipments and they used to run and they used to kill collectively, right? That means hunting needs good knowing of routes or maps. Yes or no? And we modern humans evolved from this early people only, right? From centuries onwards, they are very good at hunting. They know the routes. They know in which area what is there. And today we got that knowledge, especially boys are good at this Google Maps or routes because of that knowledge they got from their ancestors who are early humans. The major activity of men is hunting, and they have to bring this meat to serve their family. But what women did? Only gathering. Gathering of what? Fruits. Gathering of roots. Even today, especially some primitive tribal women do this work only. They will go and they will dig the soil. They will get these roots, tubers, and they will collect fruits. If they have to collect fruits, how they can decide the taste of the fruit? By seeing the color. Yes, if it is not ripe, which color the fruit will be? Green. If it is ripe, different colors. Based on the colors, they know that fruit is ripe or not. Based on that, they will collect it. So because of this, women are good at colors. Now this is the reason why women are good at colors and why men are good at roots. That lies in our early man's economic activity. Clear? Now onwards, if anyone asks like why women are good at colors, good at why men are good at roots, give this answer. We got this technology knowledge from our ancestors who started this economic organization. After once they started this gathering and hunting, do they get food every day? In some seasons, there will be good fishes available. In some seasons, if there are droughts, if there is no plants, what happen? Animals will also die. Then later on, slowly, the brain got evolved in humans, and they started rearing of animals. Why we have to run beyond the animals? We will only try to domestic the animals. That is called as rearing. They started rearing animals. Whenever they want, they can kill and they can eat. Right? So this is called as pastoralism. So next, economic activity of humans in the process of evolution is pastoralism. And women, why we want to go to other areas to search? They started domestication of plants. Initially, they started rearing of tubers and as well as fruit plants. That is called as horticulture. Do you know agriculture, horticulture? We have even courses now, no? BSc agriculture, BSc horticulture. In horticulture, what they learn? About fruits and flowers. And slowly, they started what? Agriculture. Next economic activity is agriculture. What they did in this agriculture? Domestication of plants in a process. Okay, now initially they used to grow only for their need. Slowly, what happened? Increasing of brain size, increasing of technology. Now they started growing more and more. So if they started growing more and more, what they'll do? They'll try to store them. In the process of storage, they started and established small kind of machines. That led to industrialization. Slowly, this industrialization led to now AI, machine learning. Now we are in the stage of AI and machine learning. So this process of evolution from this hunting and gathering till today, how many centuries it took? A lot. So in this way, human economic organizations got evolved. Right now, we are in this stage. Okay. So here we are going to study about economic organization. What is the scope? What is production? What is distribution? What is exchange? I think in your economy, especially in microeconomy topic, you will come across this 4 factors of production. Can you recall that? Land, labor? No idea? If you have little bit GS knowledge, you can connect with this. So even in my class, if you don't know that also, I'll tell that also. I'll deal with economy, I'll deal with history, I'll deal with geography. Everything will be interconnected with this anthropology. Okay? So this is about this. And next one is, yes, after the formation of group, there should be a person to lead the group, no? Normally in old movies, if you have watched any movies related to tribes, there will be one person who is head. How can we differentiate that head? Different dressing will be there, and even there will be some different kind of what can jewelry, some different kinds of face gear, head gear. Don't you know? Some different kinds of colors they will use to decorate their face, makeup. No idea. So like that, we will be having a head. So that is about how we are organizing our polity. There is nothing but it is now we have government, we have democracy, we have president, we have prime minister, we have council of ministers. At the states, we have chief ministers, we have governor, we have state council of ministers, we have panchayats, we have municipalities. That is a present society. Now, I am talking about in this stage, which kind of political organization was there. Now we are in this stage now, industrialization. Now we have democracy, we have state government. But at that time, do they have the same thing like elections? So at that time, which kind of political structure was there? We have headmen, we have tribe, we have band. We have to see what are those, what is the difference, how they used to lead there. Because if they want to move from one place to another place, there should be a person who have to take responsibility. Have you seen this movie, Triple R? Which tribe they will showcase in that movie? Gond. What is that story? One girl will be missing. NTR will be the person who has to maintain the security of that people. He will try to fight with Britishers and he will bring back that girl. In the same way, how these people used to maintain the social order, that is about political organization. Next one is they will be having a religion. What is religion? What is religion? What is religion? Okay, psychological belief. Okay, I will introduce some terminologies. This is the thing that you have to remember. Normally, can you recall about IVC, Indus Valley Civilization? Which kind of worship they used to do in IVC? They used to worship too. Do we have any temples at that time? Online students be active. Only nature. Nature worship is called as naturism. Okay. Now we will be having worshipping of animals, like we'll worship cow, we'll worship snake also. If you go to temple, we will be having this snake. Yes. So if you're worshipping animals, is called as animatism, not animism. It is animatism. Normally, we will worship souls also. Normally, during Amavasya, especially in Telugu states, during this Dasra only, there will be one day we'll play Batkama, no? On that day, what we'll do? Peddalak petkuntar. Do you know this? If the people who died in their family, they will try to worship their souls on that day. They will offer dresses, cloths, and even they will prepare the important dishes which they like and they'll keep and they'll worship. They believe in soul, no. For example, if you sleep, normally you'll get dreams. If there is any dream, in that dream, if you see any of your family members who died, then what will do? అమ్మో ఆయన కళ్ళలో వచ్చిండు ఏమో అవుతుంది. We have to offer something like that. We'll even today also we will offer something for the souls, no? Do you know this? If there is any pushkaras in AP, we are going to have pushkar, no? At that time, what they'll do? Pinda pradhanam. Do you know this? What is pinda pradhan? Offering food for the people who we lost. That means indirectly we are worshipping the souls only. That kind of worshipping of soul is called as animism. Why? Because anima means something which is moving. Normally, have you seen any movies related to this kind of souls? Have you seen this movie Arundhati? In that, there will be one scary incident. Soul will be moving on this. Yes, can you recall that? On this upper floor, we can see this black color with long hair, black sari. So that soul will be moving. Anima means something which is moving. It is about soul. If you're worshipping to soul, it is called as animism. Even till today, some tribals they believe in souls. I'll tell you one interesting case study. In tribes like Baigas, they will follow one method. What is that method is? If woman is pregnant, if she is about to deliver, she is getting delivery pains. At that time, what they'll do is they'll take that woman and they will keep in far away one hut, and they will tie their hands, they will tie their legs. No one will be there in that hut. They believe that in this process, lots of spirits are involved, and it is going to cause harm to that entire society. And they will now pray to the souls to take care of that woman. She will be delivering. Imagine Her hands and legs were tied in that hut. She will be shouting, no one will come. And as you all know that it is one of the painful event in entire life of that woman. That will be like very scary. At that normal delivery, normally you can imagine if there is any one bone fracture, you will face lot of pain, even if there is a single bone fracture in your body. At that time of normal delivery, there will be a pain of at a time 36 bones are broken in your body. That much pain that woman will face. In that pain, they will leave. They believe that the supernatural powers, these ancestors will be taking in that process. They will lead her, and after once delivery is done, they will do purity rituals. Even today also we'll do purity rituals after 9 days or 11 days. Do you know this? No idea. At least see what are the thing which is happening in your family. 5 days, 9 days, 11 days, 21 days, like that we'll do purity rituals. After this purity rituals, they will bring that baby and woman. But in this process, there may be attacks by wild animals because they live in forest. Wild animals attacks can happen. Sometimes, do you know, have you heard this? Bidda addam tirgaru. Or else sometimes that umbilical cord will be surrounded to the neck of the baby. In that process, baby may die. If there is any complication, if there is any infection, if there is heavy bleeding, women can die. So because of this kind of birth rituals in some tribes, there is very high rate of MMR, that is maternal mortality rate, and as well as in infants, infant mortality rate is very high. Because of that reason, the tribal population will be declined. So now government is taking lots of steps. You have to know that in our tribal anthropology. So that is one just case study related to this worshipping of nature. Okay. And next one here is we will worship to cow or we'll worship to tulsi. Do you know this tulsi? Tulsi plant. Normally every Hindu home will have this tulsi plant. And we'll worship to ravi tree, people tree. If you go to any temple, we'll have this people tree. And women will be moving around this. Do you know why? Why women will be asked to move or to do pradakshinas around this people tree? What is the reason? Yes, this one is there in our society. If a couple is not having kids, that woman is asked to do pradakshinas on certain day, like 12 pradakshinas or 15 or 20 or 21 around this people tree. What is the reason? Any idea? Everything has a science behind it. This people tree will release more oxygen actually compared to that of other trees. If woman is spending certain time at least doing this pradakshinas around that tree, she will take more oxygen. So because of this, the repair of cells will happen. Because of this repairing of tree, there will be a chance of getting her health right and she will be getting conceived. That is the science behind this tree. Whenever we are worshipping any tree or animal with affection, why will worship this cow? With affection only. Every Hindu family wants a cow in their home, but it is not possible in all. But in villages, for sure, they will be having a cow. And they will try to worship to the cow also, Go Mata. And even if you go to any restaurants or any sweet shops, even nowadays they are arranging one hundi and they're asking some money to spend on this Goshala. Do you know this? Why? Why will worship this cow? It provides milk, it provides livelihood, it provides ox. If it is giving birth to male, it is called as ox. Ox is useful in agriculture. For ploughing, earlier they used to use, but now most of them they are not using. So like that, it will lead the family. Because of that, we will pray to cow with affection. So with affection, if you are praying to this animals or plants, that is called as fetishism. And we have one more word, totemism. So we will try to pray to animal or a plant as our ancestor. Nagavamshilu. Have you heard this? నాగవంశానికి చెందిన వాళ్ళు, యదు వంశానికి చెందిన వాళ్ళు. Do you know this? No idea. Don't you watch movies? Aisha, how should I explain? I'll give completely examples from movies only, so that you can understand. Huh? I don't know which movie will come into my mind at that time. I'll give example randomly. So try to inculcate with my teaching process, guys. I'll give you lots of examples of movies only, so that you can imagine and you can. Last batch was very good actually. They used to give lots of examples of movies only to me. We used to have very interactive class. Okay, let it be. So normally we'll say like they belongs to this Edu Vamsham, they belongs to this Naga Vamsham, and we will pray to that animal as our ancestor. That is called as totemism. So like that we have different types of religions: animism, animatism, fetishism, naturism, totemism. Now tell me, what is monotheism? Believing in one God. Give me examples. Yes, Islam, Christianity. Then what is example of Hinduism? Hinduism example of which kind? Polytheism. If you go to our mandir in our home, like place where we worship, how many gods we'll have? We'll have Krishna, we'll have Ram, we'll have Vishnu, we'll have Shiva, we'll have lots of female goddesses. Yes, we will follow polytheism. Okay, now how the evolution of religion happens? Earlier, they used to worship souls, now animals. Even today, we are following this fetishism. And next one is earlier, first form is naturalism. And now, here, we went to polytheism. So, I'll give you one example. Imagine there is exam tomorrow. Imagine there is exam tomorrow. And you pray to God Ganesha. You pray to Saraswati. You pray to Shiva. You pray to Vishnu. Some other. Who will come and help you? Ganesha thinks that he also worshipped to Shiva. Let I leave him. Let I leave this to Shiva. Shiva thought that not only me, Vishnu is there. Vishnu will help him. Saraswati thinks, Amma, not only me, many are there. Let them help. But at last, what happened if no one will come and help? So here now, what is happening here in this religion is moving away from polytheism, and they are moving to monotheism. If I pray only to Shiva, for sure he has to come and help me. So that is a changing of mindset of people. So all these things we will study in this religion. Okay, after religion, if you want to do any worship, will we do worship without talking anything? We have to say, we will be saying to the eyes of the God, or sometimes, okay, tell me guys, why we'll close our eyes while worshipping the God? Any idea? Have you ever observed? Have you ever observed? Yes or no? Why? Why will you close your eyes? To feel the presence of power. It is not presence of power. Anyone? Online students? Everything has science behind it. Okay, and one more question. Have you ever seen women going to temple with heavy jewelry? And normally they'll wear pattu saris. They will be like, they will ready in the traditional manner and they'll go to temples. Why? What is the reason? Have you ever seen after going to temple, you'll feel very calm, quiet, prashantata, peace? Why? What is it? At least tell me for this.
Temple architecture.
Huh? Temple architecture. Come on. Honest students, tell me guys. Yes, ma'am. Yes, no. Yes, tell me guys, why you feel
Chakras.
with chakras? Do you know about this Garuda Swamba pillar in front? What is that pillar is made up of? Different metals. And even have you ever attended that event of constructing that? They will make lot huge function, no? Everyone has to attend that function. Villagers, they will call all relatives, and entire that village will be in the vibes of enjoying at that time. During this inauguration of that pillar, they will keep lots of gold, silver, diamonds, even pearls, everything they will add there. So because of this, there will be lots of energy. If women are wearing lots of jewelry and if they are going, that energy, metal attraction, So here, this metal will be attracting the energy. So because of this, even if they go to temple, they will take their Mangal Sutra and they will even touch. Okay, they even touch so that there will be transfer of energy. And even do you know whenever you attend any marriage ceremony, so this talibottu will be passed to everyone and they will like this. But female, what they'll do here is they will touch their Mangal Sutra with that Mangal Sutra. They will ask them to touch because whatever the energy we have in our Mangal Sutra will be also transferred to that so that that pair will be happy. They will be also gaining that power. And why we'll close our eyes is our eyes will not tolerate the power of the idol. Automatically, without your knowing, you will close your eyes because our eyes will not take that power of the idol. So we'll close our eyes automatically. Lots of science is there. If you go to temple, don't just blindly go. Know the reasons and go and feel that. If you know the reasons and if you believe and if you go, obviously you'll feel that inside. Okay, so all these interesting things we'll study a lot that you don't know. Okay, and next normally we have our own language. How this language got being developed? If you see apes, do they talk? What is the difference between humans and animals? We came from apes. No, apes don't talk. But why humans talk? What is the reason? Evolution. What happened during this evolution? Come on, come on, come on. I'll give you one simple example to understand why this brain development happened in humans. Earlier, at this stage, what kind of food they used to take? Meat, raw meat, or sometimes tandooris. They used to do tandoori only, no? Yeah, barbecue. You know this, at least they used to eat that. So to digest that food, how much time it will take? Long time or less time? Long time. That means they need more energy to digest that also. That right? So here, whatever the food taken by our early man was very hard, very harsh. It took lot of time to digest, and even they have to spend lot of energy to digest. Have you ever felt if you have any curd rice one day, if you had full biryani, you'll get sleep. Our guys, they used to experience after this biryani meal. Yes, recently also accepted. Why you'll get sleep when you have this biryani or full tummy food? Always will advise the students whenever you're planning your day, try to have the light meals, not full time, full tummy meals. Why? Because to digest that, there will be more blood supply. So blood supply will be more to your stomach. Now your brain will get less blood supply. If you're getting less blood supply, obviously you'll get sleep. So here they used to spend lot of their energy to make them digest it. But coming here, agriculture, horticulture, they require less amount of energy. Now, are they saving their energy or not? This saved energy went to brain. That led to increased size of brain. That led to evolution of language. Everything is science. Is it making any sense, whatever I'm saying? Yes. So here we are going to see about language, how it got origin, what are the characteristics of language. We have different types of language like verbal language, non-verbal language. The way you say it, the way you answer, the way you behave, In interview, that will be very important. I'll tell you and I'll show you how you have to sit in interview, everything in that class. Okay, after this 7th is done, we are going to see about research methods in anthropology. This is nothing but how the field work is done, what are the techniques they will use to collect information, how many types of techniques we have, and how they will use the data and how they'll represent this data. This will be like technical thing. I can't crack any jokes here. I can't give you any case studies here. Just if possible, I'll show some videos of how they'll collect the data. Okay. And after once this 8th is completed, again we'll go to the 6th chapter. This 6th chapter is theories. So if you join anywhere anthropology, they'll start with this theories chapter. But that will be very difficult. You cannot understand anything if you start with theories. Then you'll be getting a dilemma. Why did I came to this anthropology? It is very tough. I cannot carry. I'm getting sleep only in the class. This will be the complaints if I start with this theories. I won't start. So after completion of all this syllabus, we'll try to take that examples and we'll keep here. And we'll try to understand what exactly this is. Only we have 11 theories. Only 11. It is very minimal compared to that of any other optional. And after that, we'll start with our biology part. Okay, so here we'll start with our biology part. In this biology, we'll start with, I think you might have studied about this. Theories of evolution. I think in your science, pre-Darwin, Darwin. Yes. And next one is post-Darwin theories. And next one is, we will see lots of rules like Doll's rule, Cope's rule with examples, and we'll see in detail images also here so that you'll be getting shocked after seeing that also. You'll get shocked for sure. How this horse came from which animal. So the present whale came from which animal. Dinosaurs to reptiles, how it happened. Birds, the present birds from where. I'll give you lots of examples with images. That will be very interesting. And next one here is we'll see about primates. So how this adaptations happen, how human had been evolved from ape. And after that, we'll see about different our early humans. Like I think you might have heard about Homo erectus, Neanderthals. Next one is normal man. Other immediate or intermediate people we'll see. And I'll make you to draw maps and even images you have to draw. If you can't draw, that is given directly in our notes. So you can copy from there itself. There I gave the notes with my handwritten diagrams. All those diagrams are written by me and drawn by me. So you can see that. And next one here is basis. What is DNA? What is cell? What is structure? What is protein synthesis? Everything we'll see. And this part we'll cover in the second area. And the next one will be like 9th chapter, 9th, 10th, 11th will be entirely biology part. So all this will be very interesting. And next last chapter will be applications where we'll use this anthropology. Do you know about defense? Yes or no? Defense. What is defense is about? Online students, tell me what is defense is about. Come on, be active. Are you getting bored? Are you exhausted? Then what is defense is about? Protection. Yes. Do you know, have you applied for this defense examinations, anyone? They will give certain criteria. Your height should be this much. Your chest has to expand this 5 centimeters or more than 5 centimeters. Height, weight. Even for girls also, they will be giving height criteria. Why they'll give? What do you think? Why they'll give this kind of metrics? Not exactly physical fitness. Next. That you learn in training, no? Do you know how the equipment, especially protection gear for these people? Army people, they'll wear certain equipment. Navy people will have certain equipment. And Air Force will be having certain equipment. Will they make a specialized equipment for you based on your metrics? They will order on bulk. 7 number, 8 number, 9 number. I think you might know about your shoe size. Yes? And have you seen this different people's shoes? How much weight they'll be? When science and technology class starts, see that. Sir will be wearing that kind of shoes only even today after coming out of that. If he is walking, you will get tuck, tuck, tuck sound in the class. Like this. Earlier batch students, I think you might know how sir will be walking and how and remember this guys, in that science and technology class, everyone will be silent. Pin drop silent will be there in that class. After seeing that sir personality, height, and shoe sound only, you will be getting more alert. That's for sure. Ask your earlier batch. So here they will make certain equipments. Do you know this cockpit? Have you heard this word cockpit? Where we can see this cockpit? Flights used by Air Force people. If they're not giving proper criteria like this much of height, can we manage that cockpit? Normally, these air fighters will be sometimes run by one person, sometimes only two, not more than that, no? So if they want to operate that cockpit, if they are having less height, less arm length, can they drive in the war? No. And even we have bulletproof arms, right? Do you know this? Bulletproof jackets. What is the cost of that on average? Anyone? It is made up of which technology? Nanotechnology, bulletproof. And again, you are adding science and technology here. So if they are spending 5 to 6 lakhs for one bulletproof jacket, can they design for each and every person based on their body measurements? Is that possible? No. For that reason, they will ask for the chest expansion, minimum size of the chest. Clear? And even why they'll give this kind of height requirement? We have, do you know AK-47 guns? Imagine. So that will be where we will carry, how we'll carry on the shoulders. That means they have to maintain that height. Then only that will be not touched on the ground. Clear? So for that all reasons, we will use this knowledge of humans. That is application part. So how we are using it? Defense. There is one topic, designing of defense and other equipments. How we are using humans. Humans metric. And next, you know about sports. Can everyone play every sport? There is certain body criteria to be taken into account. So can anyone tell me which kind of games are suitable for the people who are tall? Running next. Basketball. Weightlifting can be done by short people. Why short people are suitable for this weightlifting? They have to lift only certain height only. If they are tall means they have to lift to a long distance. No. What happens? It will be a disadvantage. So the short people, they have to play. They have to do this kind of things. So based on the body metrics, we will also use this anthropology in sports. So how we are using our anthropology knowledge in different areas is this chapter, applications part. Like forensic anthropology, this will be very interesting. Have you seen the CID series? How the series will be? They'll get some clues. Which kind of clues they'll collect? Saliva, hair samples, names, fingerprints. Next, blood stains, footprints, hair follicles, everything they'll collect and they'll try to find out who is the culprit. Okay, and based on seeing the dead body itself, they'll tell. Have you seen this movie Cadaver? Cadaver, Amrapal. Yeah, Amrapal movie. No idea. Very nice movie. Just go and watch that movie today. It's around 2 hours 15 minutes. Cadaver. On YouTube also it is there. So here that movie is about identifying the cause of death. After once death happened, we'll get the dead body. By seeing that dead body and examining that dead body, they will identify what is the cause of the death. So here, after getting the dead body, what we'll do? We'll identify approximate time of death, when they died. Based on certain criteria, we are going to see that. Okay, bone color, flesh color, temperature of the body, stiffness in the body, what exactly the cause of the death. Like we can say either blunt wound or sharp wound. By saying that wound itself, we can identify with which equipment it had been done. So all these things we'll learn in this forensic anthropology. So like that, in which areas we are using this anthropology, this is the chapter, and every year one question will be for sure you'll get. Okay, so this is your syllabus of paper 1. And now let us try to see how questions are asked, so that you can understand, right? Anthropology syllabus. PYQs. Okay, so I'll be giving you PYQs plus blueprint. PYQs are nothing but I'll take the topics, and that topics will be highlighted in this box, and in that I'll be giving you the questions. And I segregated questions from around 1985 onwards. Whatever the questions that were asked, topic wise I'll be giving you. Okay, and these are till 2025, so that you can understand which topic is important, which is not, which you have to focus more. I will give you one example. You know about marriage, and you know about what are the topics which are there in marriage. I'll show you the questions on that. Okay, this 2.3 marriage, and I gave you the syllabus also here itself in this box. In 2020, the question is discuss the role of marriage regulations. This is there in your syllabus. Marriage regulation is nothing but which people you have to marry and which you have to avoid. That is about marriage regulations. This is the question 2023. And this one is marriage regulations. Again, there is one question. Next one is the ways of acquiring mate. We have 4 to 5 types, like relatives, matrimonies, by kidnapping, by trial. Okay, like that. And next one is different forms of preferential marriage. It is nothing but in marriage regulations only they asked. And next one is define marriage and various types of marriage. You know, endogamy, hypergamy. Yes. And next one here is if there is any current affairs. Like in 2013, there were lots of articles related to live-in relationships, because now there is changing of marriage definition also. Nowadays, many are focusing on this living relations rather than going for direct marriage. So like that, you will get questions. So if you see last 10 years questions, you can understand which topic you have to focus. Now from this topic, we can understand marriage regulations is very important, and first you have to give priority for that topic while reading this marriage. And later on, we will go on based on the number of questions they asked. Okay, now let us see about 2.4. It is about family, no? In this family, in 2024, there was a question. Define urbanization, discuss its impact. We know, we'll discuss lots of examples like how it is impacting. And next one is household and domestic group in 2022. And next one is classification of family. Next one is impact of feminist movement. You have the feminist movements in your syllabus. Next one is impact of urbanization and feminist movement. Next one is define family and universality of family. It is there in your syllabus. And next one is impact of urbanization feminist movement. So after seeing this PYQs, which is important, this topic, you have to give priority for this topic first. And are there any questions out of the syllabus? I'll show you one more. You know about religion, right? Okay, I'll show you religion. Anthropological approaches to religion: monotheism, polytheism, sacred, profane, myths and rituals, animism, animatism, fetishism, naturalism, totemism, religion, magic, science. And we have some people like priests, shamans. You know this, no? Tantrikalu, Mantragallu. So that we'll discuss. And even we'll discuss about black magic, white magic in this topic. So how the questions were asked, let us see. What is a myth? They asked. And they asked about structuralism. They combined both theory part, that is anthropological theory, with this religion. And next one is, they asked about anthropological and psychological approaches. They gave here. And next one is shaman, sorcerer, medicine man. I think you might have seen this movie Anji, very old movie. It is about Lord Shiva. On Shivratri for sure in TV you'll get that movie. So here you can see that Pedaina. Can you recall that personality? That personality, what is his role? He is to give medicine. That is his medicine man. Like that, we'll give you lots of examples, guys. And next, animism. Next one is approaches of religion. Next one is forms of religion. Next one is difference between science and magic. So all these questions are from syllabus itself. So if you have this PYQs, and one more thing is I will also give you this one. This is called as blueprint. Actually, I attached the old one here. In the new one, we also include 2025 also. So here, what is this blueprint is? From this 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, how many questions, how many marks they gave in that year. Based on that, you can understand whether they'll give question the next year or not. Sometimes in some topics, you'll see on alternate years, they'll give question. If this question appeared in this year means for sure next year it won't come. That means next year it will come. So like that, you can prioritize the topics. Also for that, this blueprint will be useful. Okay, I gave this. And here you can see human evolution. They're asking question. And there is one topic, there will be every year question from. See here, in this 1.6, 10, 20, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20, 15, 20, 20. You have to see from which topics every year they are asking questions. And you have to highlight it in your syllabus copy. And you have to focus that. That kind of advantage is there only for anthropology, not for any other optional. Because it is static. That is the main reason. And next, here you can see from this 1.7, there is no question, only one time they ask question. That means you can give least priority for that. You can prepare this topic later on, at last. And see here, this is very important. In 1.8, every year they asked, and even one time they asked 70 marks also from only this topic. So this will be like high priority area. Okay, have you understood how to use this blueprint? So you have to first identify this important topics and you have to highlight with different colors. High priority with red color pen. Second priority with one color. Third priority and least priority. Like that, if you are marking, we'll give this in the printed form. We'll give syllabus plus this blueprint and PYQs in one book together. So that in that book itself, you can use different color highlighters and you can highlight them. In that way, you can prioritize the topic and you can prepare. If you know which topic is more important, which is not, will you prepare accordingly or not? Everyone wants to clear UPSC only, but no one will teach this. So I will be showing you. Initially, I will make this marking for 2 to 3 chapters. Later on, you have to do on your own because everything spoon feeding will not work for UPSC. You have to do some things on your own. Initially, I will make you to learn, but after that, you have to do. Okay. So in this way, you'll get questions. And let us see about paper 2. In paper 2, you have history part. Only 9 chapters. Again, 1 to 5 chapters will be socio-cultural anthropology with history. And 6, 7, 8, 9 will be tribal anthropology. Only tribes you'll study. Okay. So first one will be about prehistoric period. You'll be studying in your history part. Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic. And later on IVC, that is pre-Harappan, Harappan and post-Harappan. Then your first 1.1 is done. Next one here is, in India also we can see some early humans. Okay, Ramapithecus, Sivapithecus, Narmada man. Okay, I'll tell about this Ramapithecus. Pithecus means ape. Pithecus means ape. So this ape found in Sivaliks. Do you know the Sivaliks? Trans Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas, Sivaliks. In the Sivaliks, whenever they're going for digging, they found this one ape. They named it based on the place, Siva Pithecus. In the same area, they found another. They cannot name the same, right? So they keep the name with friend of Shiva, Lord Shiva friend Rama, Ramapithecus. And in Narmada, you know this Narmada river? On this valley, they found one more man. They gave that name Narmada man. So, like that, from India point of view, we have only 3 early human specimens found. You have to know about that. Okay. And next one is you have to know about concepts here, like how this fishing, foraging, pastoralism, peasant communities are changing in our country. I said paper 2 is about India. So already you know about this economic activities in paper 1. And now we will apply in India, like how it is surviving, which people are doing this kind of activities. Even today some people are doing this shifting cultivation. Some people are there hunting and gathering. If you go to Andaman and Nicobar, most of the tribes are hunting and gathering even today. So whether they are surviving or whether they changed in India, we have to see that in this topic. And next one is demographic profile. I'll give you one example here. If you go to any matches, what will you see in that girl? Boys, what will you see? Be interactive. What will you see? Huh? Color? Okay, color accepted. Next. Huh? Kindness. In the first sight, will you identify the kindness of that girl? It won't happen. Face. So how can we say she is beautiful or not? What criteria you have? అదే ఎక్స్టర్నల్ అపియరెన్స్ ఫేస్ లో ఏం చూస్తారు ఐస్ బ్రాడ్ ఉండాలా షార్ట్ ఉండాలా కలా అయిన తర్వాత దట్ ఈస్ నెక్స్ట్ ఓకే స్మైల్ హౌ ద టీత్ ఇస్ అరేంజ్డ్ ఎత్తుపళ్ళు ఉన్నాయా పెద్దగా ఉన్నాయా చిన్నగా ఉన్నాయా దట్ ఈస్ క్రైటీరియా ఓకే యాక్సెప్ట్ నెక్స్ట్ నోస్ చూస్తారు కదా నటి ముక్క కుషముక్క దానికి 10 పేర్లు పెడతారు ఎస్పెషలీ నోస్ ఆ నోస్ బట్టి విల్ ట్రై టు కాల్ దట్ పర్సన్ నటి ముక్క రారా సో లైక్ దట్ we will call that is happening in our society normally in home also. I will also call my son Nadimu Koda, come here. I will do that. I honestly will accept whatever I do. And I'll tell lots of stories about my kids also, what they'll do, what I learn, what they're learning from me, what I'm trying to train. Everything it is part of our syllabus only. But I'll take examples of mine itself. Mostly I don't want to depend on any others. Okay, so how and why people have different nose shapes? Someone will be having broad, some will be having straight, some will be having nostrils outside, some will be having nostrils inside. Different things, different. You know more. Especially if you're from villages, many more. Tell me why, what is the reason why we have different nose shapes? Okay, one is genetics. If parents are having, that will be transmitted, accepted. But why that parents will get that? Based on? I'm not asking about genetics. Apart from genetics, climate. Yes, why climate? Why climate? Okay. Let us discuss one geography concept. So wherever it is required, I'll teach you GS also so that you can understand. Take this earth surface, imagine this earth surface, and this is hilly region. Person is staying in this area, one person is staying in this area. Who is having good oxygen supply? People who are living at this earth surface, they will be having huge oxygen supply, right? Okay, and this person is not having proper oxygen supply. The people who are living in this plains region, they will be having long nose. Why? Because he is having good oxygen supply, and it is required for this air to pass through a very long route. Why? Because whatever we are breathing, we will be also having pollutants here at the ground level, more pollutants, yes? Because of gravitational force, what happened? We have good density of air here, even pollutants are very high at this low levels. So if air is passing through a long passage, on this inside the nose we have hair. Nose hair. Do you know this nasal hair? What is the function of this nasal hair? It will filter the air. Normally, during evening time, if you remove the dust, pakkanta Telugu, I don't know whether this, you will get this. It is nothing but the dust you take in. Along with the dust, even nasal secretion will mix and that will form sticky thing, right? If the person is staying here, already there is very low air. Air is very low and even oxygen is very limited. If he is having very long nasal passage means అది ఎప్పుడు పోతుంది ఎప్పుడు ఆక్సిజన్ సప్లై చేస్తుంది yes or no? So the people who are living in this area, they will be having short nose. And even people who are living here, the nostrils will be inside. And for this people, nostrils will be there outside. ఇట్లా కనిపిస్తుంది ఫేస్ చూడగానే మనకు 2 holes కనిపిస్తాయి. I'll show images in our class. So this is the thing. So everything is not related to genetics. Even the place you are living is also important. Okay. And next, why some people are light in color, why some people are dark in color? Because of melanin. If they are exposed to more sunlight, they will be like dark. If they are exposed to less sunlight, they will be light. You can see the images of Africans. They will not wear properly. They will not cover their body like top to bottom. They will roam in that heavy heat without wearing clothes. Their melanin will be more exposed. They are like dark in color. If you go to this temperate regions, top to bottom coverage with very thick clothes because low temperature and even low exposure. Normally in our India also, if you're spending morning to evening in AC, no exposure to sunlight, obviously will be light in color. Have you ever seen మన జాబ్ వచ్చే కంటే ముందు జాబ్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత లైక్ ఫేస్ లో గ్లో అవుతుంది వై మార్నింగ్ నుంచి సాయంత్రం దాకా ఎండలు తిరగకుండా we will be sitting in AC so that we will see the face glow అప్పుడే ఈజీగా మ్యాచెస్ దొరుకుతాయి yeah that is quite reality. Have you seen this is the normal thing. Normally whenever a boy go to see the match, at that time there will be a face glow. Match fix aitadi. They will be having around 1 to 1.5 months or 3 months or 6 months. At that time, if he is taking responsibility of giving cards, he is doing his own work. Original color vachesindi. At that time, after marriage or during marriage, groom అడిగే ఒకటే క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటి అప్పుడు నేను మేకప్ వేసుకొని వచ్చావా ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి ఒరిజినల్ బయటపడిందా సో లైక్ దట్ విల్ సీ లాట్స్ ఆఫ్ రీల్స్ నో that is the exact reality because wherever you are living, wherever you are staying, geography will also impact on humans. Okay, that all things that we will discuss, how humans got evolved, what kind of changes happened, everything with images, with stories, we'll learn in our class. Okay, next will be like structure, traditional system. You know about Varna system, Chaturvarna system, how it got evolved. Different theories. Brahma theory. Do you know this Brahma theory? Brahmins came from head, shoulders, from shoulders, Kshatriyas, thighs. Like that, we'll have lots of theories related to how this Varna system evolved. So we'll see that. Purushartha. You know this Artha, Kama, Moksha, Rina. Do you know this? Do you know the astrology? Anyone? Do you know at least about your Kundali, Janma Kundali? No idea. Very good. Based on your time of birth, place of birth, date of birth, according to astrology, we can have kundalis. Kundali is nothing but at the time of your birth where different planets are. Based on the positions of planets, it will be having impact on your life. We'll be having lots of dosha. Have you heard this Kuja dosha? Kuja dosha. What is Kuja dosha? Kujudu means Mars. Mars. Shani means Saturn. So like that, based on the positions of planet, we'll say like Kuja dosha undi లేకపోతే ఇంకో చాలా దోషాలు ఉంటాయి I don't know. So like that, based on that, we'll go to Kalahasti, Rahu dosha, Rahu dasha, like that. So we'll see about all those things in this Purushartha. There, based on the locations of planets, we'll have Rina. Rina means debt. Like we have debt to our parents, debt to our grandparents, debt to the teachers. What we have to do to get rid of that debts so that we can get our result. So we'll see all those things here. And this one is caste system. You know, wherever you go in India, caste system will not leave us. Here also in anthropology we have this. So we'll discuss about this caste system. Yeah, next one is impact of different religions on Indian society, because India is an example of multicultural, multilingual, multi-religious society. So obviously religion won't leave us. We have to see. And next one is how this anthropology evolved in India. This is about our fourth chapter. And next one is village. Every time you will be getting a question on village studies. If you want to learn India, we have to see villages. That is, who said this? Gandhi said this. So obviously we have to see about villages. And next, from sixth chapter onwards, we'll be seeing about tribals. What are tribals? How can we classify these tribals? Whom we can call as tribals? Different tribal people in India. How these developmental projects are impacting them? What are the problems of these tribals? They only give that land alienation problem, poverty, indebtedness, low literacy, poor education facilities, unemployment, but we have to do in detail. They only give everything. But our responsibility is, yes, I know this, I have data, I have example, I can write at least 150 words. That thing that you need to ensure. And next one is what are the problems of this scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes in our society. Next one is how this tribal societies are changing now because of political change, because of government schemes, because of some advancements, how these people are changing. We'll see that. And next one is again impact of Buddhism, Christian on tribal societies. And next one is what is tribe, what is nation state. And here we have to see about our polity and governance. In governance, you might have came across the SPEC Act. In polity, 73rd, 74th. Again, we are going to see about tribal policies, tribal sub-plans, what Nehru said, what present government is doing. You know about PVTJs, number of PVTJs, who can we call as PVTJs, examples of PVTJs. Okay, next one is what is the role of anthropology. There we discuss about role of anthropology in different areas, such as applications part. Here we'll see application of anthropology in tribal people. And next one is how this anthropology will help to understand religion, communalism, ethnic and political movements in our country. This is our syllabus. Is there anything new here to learn? If you have done your GS, around 85% to 88% will be covered in your GS. But you need to remember that, and you need to have good presentation skills to answer these questions. Only around 15% will be new. If you keep your efforts, if you have the right teacher, for sure that will be also become very easy. So now I'll tell how this course will go on. First, I'll start with my order. We'll start with marriage. After completion of marriage, enter the second chapter. Third chapter is about economy, polity, religion, language and culture. Next, theories. After that, we'll start with our biology part so that you will be comfortable. You will not feel that much difficult. After once paper 1 is done, this paper 2 is very simple. It is just your GS subject. If you want to know something new, you'll learn in paper 1 only. Paper 2 is like common thing. You will only give examples, you will only tell the recent current affairs, everything. And my classes will be interactive classes. I will be asking questions. So whenever I start my class, first 10 minutes will be the revision of earlier class. I will point out the students and I'll ask the questions, because I'll keep lots of efforts to show the videos, to make you understand, and I will make you draw diagrams, flow charts, everything. In written, I will be also expecting the result. Is there anything wrong in that? I will ask, first 10 minutes will be revision and questioning part. And second will be, I'll be giving you the notes. In my class notes, you will be having just diagrams part, flow charts, and only important points that you have to remember. That class notes will be exactly useful to present or for revision purpose in your examination. But the detailed notes I'll be giving you in the printed format. Paper 1 separate notes, paper 2 separate notes, and I'll be giving you one more book which is a combination of syllabus, PYQs plus blueprint. 3 books I'll give. Apart from that, mains answer writing practice every day you have. I don't know whether you learn outsiders, whether you learned in your GS or not, But here for our students, every day we'll have answer writing practice. And for this anthropology also, every day, one topic I'll pick and I'll give you a question. I will create a separate group for both online and offline. And I'll give you one question, and next day you have to bring that books. I will only correct your answers. Every day one question. And classes will be conducted from Monday to Friday. Saturday, there is no leave, there is test. You have to write weekly test for anthropology on every Saturday. And timings of the test, I will be posting in the group. Either it may be like daily time or morning time, I'll let you know. Because our students will have GS classes. So based on that, I will adjust the timings. Okay, and the next one is the course duration will be 3.5 to 4 months. I'll complete each and every topic. And the requirement is you have to bring one notes. And next one is whenever we discuss about demographic profile and as well as this people archaeology part, you need to bring world map or India map. Whatever it is required, you need to bring. If you draw, I will be much more happy. That is up to you. If you can't draw the world map, you can bring maps. If you want to practice and if you want to learn in the class, you can draw in the class. The choice is up to you guys. Okay, and that's all. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. For online students, if you have any doubts, you can post your doubts. I will be giving you the time after every topic. After every topic, I will be taking the questions of online students also, and I will be explaining. And if you have any doubt, online students, you can text me on WhatsApp even after the class. If permits, I will be arranging a video call, or I will be explaining on call, or if my schedule is very busy, I will be also giving you a voice message by explaining the concept. Clear? I don't leave online students at any cost. Okay, don't feel that. And for online students, for answer writing, what you have to do is you have to write your answer and you have to send personally to my WhatsApp number, so that I will be correcting and I'll be giving you the feedback in online itself. And for online students, I will be posting the test paper in the group itself, so that you can write and you can send, you can mail or you can send PDF in the WhatsApp, so that I'll be correcting and I'll be sending you. So this is the course, guys. And in my class, already you came to know, we'll see at least 2 videos or at least 1 video per a day. And I'll be showing clearly images related to biology. And next one is I'll show the case studies, some news articles, relevant things, images, everything on the screen, so that everything will be very clear in my class. If you have any doubts before class or after class, you can come and you can ask your doubts. So in this way, we are going to complete our anthropology within 4 months. Okay, I don't exceed even a 1 day beyond this 4 months for sure. Okay, any doubts? Online students, if you want to join this course, you can contact us on this number. Please do contact us on this number, guys. 8074765513. You can text or you can call us on this number. Or as directly we added anthropology course module in the app, you can purchase it there itself. And online students, offline students, outsiders especially, if you want to join, you can contact our receptionist. She will be assisting you. Okay. Science and technology part, I'll show you the syllabus. Only this genetics part will be covered there. In this 9th chapter, 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4, 9.5, only till 9.6, it is your science and technology. Only 4 subtopics, 9.1 to 9.4. Remaining will be biology part. Okay. Each and everything will be very clear in my class. Don't need to afraid about biology for sure. That is my promise. Okay. Any doubts, case? Any queries? Anyone? Self-study you can do, but if you can't understand the concepts, then that is up to you. You can see PYQs. And if you see the concepts, if you can understand, mostly, especially this genetic part, biology part, archaeology part cannot be done on self because I studied these subjects for 6.5 years and I'm a doctor. Because of that experience, I'm telling. Initially, I too faced lots of problems in understanding this, and I'm a gold medalist. Okay, that's what I'm saying. In biology part, I can rock. I will rock, 100%. Okay, any doubts? Class times will be mostly evening times, 4 to 6:30 or 5:30 to 7:30. Because I have to manage this GS class also. We have only one classroom. This is the only classroom. Here only will conduct GS classes. Here only will conduct anthropology class. Mostly it will be in afternoon times only. And even one more thing, you will be getting online access also. If you miss any class, you can see on live or you can see the recorded and you'll get 1 year of access. Okay. Any more doubts? Yeah, that's all guys. Thank you so much. Online students, if you want to contact us, please contact us on this number appearing on the screen. Don't forget. Harika, for online it is 30,000 ma. Usha Mam is one of my best teacher. When are you providing materials? Afterwards, you join the course. Within 15 days, we will deliver the material to your doorstep. Within 15 days, you will get the notes, ma. Any doubts, guys? Online. Very good, guys. Try to please contact us on this number. We will assist you. Our team will be assisting you, guys. And our classes will be very interesting. And I'll be asking you doubts. Books to refer, no need of referring any books, Sojan. Whatever the books we are providing, please follow that. Those are material which we made from different standard books. And that material will be in a simple language and every topic will be covered, even with case studies and examples. We won't give any PDF, Harika. We'll provide only directly the printed notes. Yeah, I am from a town. Everyone think that I am from city, but I am not from city. I am from a town, guys. I use lots of this kind of examples. My originality will come out in my class. I am Pakka from Telangana, okay? That slang will come, obviously. Okay, any more doubts online, guys? Please let me know. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'm addicted to your current affairs. Yeah, thank you, Harika. My anthropology class will be more interesting than current affairs. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I'm ending the live. If you have any doubts and if you want to contact us, please do contact us on this number. Don't forget. And I wish you all the best. And the course will start from August 3rd. That is from Monday. Don't miss the classes. Please do join as soon as possible, guys. You're welcome. Thank you so much.